My name is Vinny Vespa. I'm 106 pounds from Monroe-Woodbury, and my favorite match of the season was the third and fourth match of the state tournament against Parker Cropman, who I lost to earlier in the season at the Eastern States tournament. So I thought it was a really big win to come back and beat him after I lost in the Eastern States, and he ended up being the Eastern States champ. And if I could win either of those matches, I would have rather win for third and fourth and place third, which I did, so I was very happy about it.
Gerard, Daly, Minisink Valley, 113. My biggest win of the season was definitely the Section 9 finals against John Stramiello from Pine Bush. Not that many people expected me to win, except like my coaches and all my teammates, and had a huge takedown with like 20 seconds left to win the match. It was pretty crazy.
Johnny Stramiello, Pine Bush, 113. Biggest match of the year was the Big Ten Finals. Down by 3-0, wrestling John Arceri, Section 11 champ from Huntington. Down 3-0, pick bottom in the third. Stand up for one, take down for two with 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Scramble, scramble, scramble. Take down with 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Big match for me.
Dylan Booth, Port Jervis, 120 pounds. And my favorite match of the season was at Eastern States. I think it was around a 16. I wrestled James Szymanski from Shoreham. And that was my 100th win. So that was a pretty big match for me. Been trying to get that all year. And the score was 1-0.
Damani Burns, Newburgh Free Academy, 126 pounds. My biggest win of the year was at the state tournament against Anthony Orphis in the match to get to the second day. It was 10-1 going into the second period. Then reversed him, took him down to his back, almost pinned him a couple times. Going into the third, it was 10-6. Took him down again, cut him, 11-8. Took him down, straight to the back and pinned him. So that was pretty good. Got me into the second day. That got me to the placing rounds and took fifth. So yeah, that was the biggest one of the year.
Jalen Palmer, Delaware Valley, 132 pounds. I'd have to say my biggest win was district finals against Travis Roper. It was a real thriller. Scored the last 2 points in the last 2 seconds, actually. Everyone was going crazy. The crowd was booing me for false reasons, but that kind of just powered me in the end. Just shut them up at the end when I beat him 8-6.
I'm Chris Truglio. I wrestle for Minisink Valley, 132 pounder, and biggest match of the season was probably my section finals against Joe Ginley. I mean, just went in mentality, going 100% the whole match. You can't let up. Can't give him a second thinking he had it. Just had to let him know who was the better wrestler.
Micro Choppy, Minisink Valley, 138. The biggest win of the season was, I think, hands down against Macaputo. They had him ranked number 2 in the state. I just thought if I beat him, it was putting me on the map, showing that I'm in business this year, and I was coming after the top spot. Just want to show who I am and what I can do.
Ryan Ferro, Warwick Valley, 152 pounds. My biggest win of my season this year was probably beating Osmad Hassan in the section finals 8-7. That's probably my biggest win of the season because I've been working really hard the whole year for that moment, and I finally captured it.
My name is DeCarlo Port Jervis. I wrestle 160, and my favorite match of the season was in states for third and fourth, and I wrestled Derek Halcomb, and it was an exciting match because I won my last high school match, and I also placed third in state, and the score was 6-1, so it was an interesting match, and it was definitely by far my favorite match.
Quinn Zsido Cornwall, 170 pounds. Started off a great season overall. Came into it, didn't know how good I was going to do, but I just knew I was going to wrestle my hardest. And, it all led up to sections. Section finals had to be my favorite match. Just the match in tandem with the environment just provided great atmosphere. Great match. My opponent, Tyler Blasco, utmost respect to him. 2-1, nail biter down to the end. Obviously, the finish, last 20 seconds, grabbing the leg, taking him down to the mat. It was a pretty surreal experience. Wasn't really focused in on the noise around me, just on the match. But once it ended, and I saw my hand raised, couldn't even tell where I was, just running around. joy, excitement, just great feeling overall. One of those things that you'll never get, you got to respect in the moment because you'll never get back. First section title, many, hopefully more to come. Can't wait.
Erik Jessell Cornwall High School, 195. I'd have to say the biggest win of the season was a section finals match against Rob Como. The score was 6-2, so it was a pretty dominant match, but you know, he's a good tough opponent. He ended up going to the state tournament as well and going 2-2, so it just shows that he was a tough kid also, and that I beat him pretty bad.
Hi, my name is James Bethel. I'm the 220-pounder from Saugerties High School. My favorite match of the year was definitely in third or fourth place match at States with Rob Kelly from Monroe-Woodbury. It was a really even match for the entire time. It wasn't like we held grudges against each other, so we wrestled each other before, so we both knew what we were doing, and it was kind of on edge the entire time. We had to try new things we were uncomfortable with, so I did a whole bunch of things I usually don't do, so that's what made it my favorite match.
My name is Rob Kelly. I wrestled at 220 pounds from the Monroe-Woodbury Crusaders, and my favorite match of the year was wrestling Wayne Burt of Colony in the States. It was in the match that if I won it, I placed, and if I lost, I would have went home. And it was a close match in the first period, and then he got in on my legs and was just about to take me down, and I hit a really nice headlock and put him on his back and pinned him for the win.
All right, I'm Sam Weinger from Washingtonville. I wrestled 285. And, my favorite match of the year was at States. It was a state consolation semifinals. If I won the match, I placed. If I lost, I was out. And it ended up going to overtime. I'd never won a match in overtime before in my career, and this one I pulled through. So that had to be my favorite match of my entire career. One thing you think of before the state tournament is, can I compete with other champions of other sections, because everyone there is a champion. But at States, I realized I wrestled the best I ever have before. It was almost like I was wrestling, like my body was wrestling on its own.